Hello, my friends. I'm Kathy Rotes. Thanks for joining me again today. Welcome to another wellness pop-up. Today we're going to talk about how to avoid being like Barbie and Ken. Yep, Barbie and Ken. I'm talking about Barbie dolls, right? Ken dolls. Any guesses? Any guesses on how we can avoid becoming more like Barbie and Ken? You know, not saying they're bad, but there is one reason why we don't want to be like them. I wish I could hear your answers to this question. What I'm going to talk about today is avoid being like the plastic version of Barbie and Ken. They're plastic dolls, right? Well, how are we being like Barbie and Ken? How are we becoming more like plastic? Yeah, it is. It's really happening. And actually, a study done in 2019, it was done by the World Wildlife Fund. They estimated that people consume about 5 grams of plastic a week. That's equivalent to the size of a credit card. A credit card is 5 grams of plastic. Now, there's some other studies that estimate that human beings consume much less. But holy cow, if this is the max per week of plastic in our bodies? Oh, wow. But it's true. We're becoming plastic because of what we eat, what we breathe, what we live in. There's the thing called microplastics. And these microplastics are mini solid particles. They're really, really little, but they're solid. That means they don't go away. Our body doesn't absorb them. Our body isn't using them by any means. And by this buildup that's happening, it's causing inflammation and oxidative stress. It's in our carpets, it's in our clothing, it's in the furniture we sit on, it's in the air we breathe. Plastic's everywhere. I mean, just look around. Now that you're more aware, you're going to see it everywhere. And here's what happens inside our body. Our body will extract through a natural detox somewhat, okay? Think about our liver, our kidneys, our colon. Those tools, they're meant to detox and remove toxins or remove waste from our body. Another way that we actually can help is by eating antioxidants. So think of vitamin C, vitamin E, beta carotene. All of these types of vitamins help us to create antioxidants, and that is like antioxidants, right? It's anti, or it's against the toxins, so it's fighting against it. But I got 2 warnings for you. First of all, detoxification capacity that our body has, it doesn't begin until the age of 10. Our bodies have the ability to break down the toxins and get rid of them, but not in children. So they're breathing the same air we are. Actually, mom is eating things that is starting to show plastic in the placenta, plastic in the waist, in the first bowel movement that comes out of a child. Kids are not made to detox their bodies for things like microplastics. Now, warning number 2, our brain cannot detox itself like other organs do. And plastic is going to our brain. They're starting to find plastics in our brain. How is this happening? Plastic is a foreign object, right? How is it getting inside our body? Well, let's just start with how or what our food comes in. So for those of you listening, instead of watching on video, I'm holding up a plastic bag of frozen peas. Now, this is not the type of bag, but many of these new types of bags say, hey, just cook us right here in the bag. Go ahead, put this whatever side up into the microwave for 90 seconds. Plastic is going into our food. When we heat up plastic and digest it, It's in our bodies. Think about your leftover containers. Or when you go to a restaurant and you want to take home some food, think about the containers that they give you. Many of them are plastic or styrofoam. Ooh. Do not microwave in these containers. Now, ideally, don't even put your food inside the container when the food is still hot. If you do use them to store your food, make sure the food is cool before you ever put it in there. Ideally, you want something like a glass container. And if you're, again, listening, what I'm doing is I'm holding up a nice glass container. But the lid's plastic. Okay, what do? Well, put your food, even if it's hot, put it in the glass container. That's totally safe. But when you put the lid on, make sure there's a space between the lid and the food. We don't want the plastic to touch our food. Definitely do not microwave with the lid on. Even if the manufacturer says it's okay, don't do it. Don't do it. Put maybe a damp paper towel over. And the reason I say damp is because that will hold it down. I always put a paper towel over my food in the microwave. The paper towel blows away. What good is that? Well, when it's damp, it's gonna have the weight to it, right? So it's gonna hold it down. But go for those containers that are glass. Ceramic is another good one. And don't let your plastic touch the food. That way the plastic doesn't seep in. Okay, how else? How else can we avoid plastic? I'm just going for things that I know are in our everyday life. Let's talk about coffee cups. Let's talk about your trip through the drive-thru of whatever favorite coffee shop you have, and they give you a take-home container, right? A disposable container. Oh boy. Well, first of all, the lid is plastic. I mean, that's easy to see. It's plastic. But let's look at the inside of these cups. Have you ever felt them? I have one in my hand. If you're listening, I have one. Have you ever felt them? There's a layer of plastic on the inside. Within 15 minutes of your hot coffee or your hot drink being in this cup, the plastics have seeped into your drink. I get it. Sometimes, you got to get that warm drink. At least remove the plastic lid when you drink. At the least, remove it. Then you're not putting the plastic directly to your lips. Now, better options. Find yourself a wonderful stainless steel coffee cup. This coffee cup here that I have in my hand, it's all stainless steel on the inside. I gotta say though, the lid is plastic. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it because when I go in and get a refill of my chai latte, I'm going to have them put it into my stainless steel mug. I might put the lid on just when I'm walking or driving, but when I'm drinking, remove it. Take off the lid, drink directly from the stainless steel. Much better option. There's nothing seeping into my hot drink when it's in a stainless steel mug. I got to say, many, many places are allowing you to fill up your warm drinks in your own container. They're even giving you discounts if you have a refill instead of the disposable cups that they have as an option. Okay, another thing that is very commonly plastic, water bottles. You go to the store, you need to get water bottles, or you need to get bottled water, I should say. They're coming in plastic bottles. Now, there's times where I've been traveling and I have to get plastic water bottles. I have to buy my water. When I was in Papua New Guinea, we brushed our teeth with water coming out of our plastic water bottles because the water was not drinkable coming out of the faucet. It was not healthy for us. If there's no other option, then there's no other option. We need water. However, carry your own stainless water bottle. That's a better option. A stainless water bottle. I have one here in my hand. Stainless water bottle. The lid is stainless. The insides, this is a beautiful stainless water bottle that I have nicely decorated with all my fun stickers. I have another new water bottle. It's the Owala They're very popular now. I love it because I like to drink out of a straw. So I love my Owala, but now that I'm more aware of the plastic, I look at this lid and I'm like, oh wow, great, plastic. The straw, plastic. Oh, how can we avoid it? Well, here's one little trick. I've had this little baby for eons because my brother led me to it years ago. This is, I wish you all were on video to see this. It's a metal straw. It's a stainless steel, actually, stainless steel straw. It's collapsible, so I just expanded it. When you go to the restaurants, I love drinking out of straws. Actually, when you drink out of straws, you drink more water. Fun fact. I love drinking out of straws, but now I don't have to take the straw they give me. I dig out my little straw out of my purse. And it has this nice little carrier, but oh wow, look at that. It's silicone. It's plastic. See, plastic is everywhere. Oh, plastic is everywhere. How can we avoid it? Well, we can't totally, because it is in the air we breathe. It's in the water that we drink. It's out there. If anything, we need to encourage manufacturers not to manufacture it any longer. We need to stop buying it. But what do you have control over right now? What do you have control over that can just diminish the amount of plastic that you're ingesting? Here's your health challenge for the week. I want you to go through your cupboards and find yourself a really good stainless water bottle and stainless coffee mug. And I want you to take it everywhere you go. When you leave the house, these two items go with you. Why? Because when you're traveling is when you need to fill up your water bottle and when you're probably wanting some good coffee or hot drink. When it's always in your car, when it's always in the pockets of my backpack, I always have it with me. It's going to cost you less because you're going to fill up at the gas stations. You're going to fill up at the restaurants with the water. It's going to cost less and it's going to be so much more healthier for you. If by chance you are not like my house and you don't have an excess of water bottles that are safe to drink from, well, then maybe you should go shopping for a really good one. Just kind of spoiler alert, they're not cheap. A good stainless coffee mug, my husband learned the hard way when we went to Cancun. He forgot his, so he bought one for $45. It's really cool. It says actually Riviera Maya, right? But they're stainless steel. I mean, go look at all of those amazing stainless steel coffee mugs that are out there. It's worth it. It's worth it. My friends, I hope now you're more aware of how similar we are to Barbie and Ken. And definitely be on the lookout for plastic. If you have the option, please ditch the plastic. Choose a healthier option. If you're making dinner and you want frozen veggies, open the bag and put it into a safe container to cook it in instead of cooking it in the plastic. Just be more mindful. Be more mindful of what's around you and how much accountability we have to truly the amount of plastic that we put into our body. I hope I've challenged you to think differently today. Choose wisely, my friends, and be great. See you next time.